What's the Internet of Things? Cloud computing, computer hardware, and open source. The first part is what's the Internet of Things? The Internet of Things in general refers to unique identifiable objects and their virtual representation in an Internet-like structure. So I want to talk about some typical products of Internet of Things. The first one is smartwatch. A smartwatch is not just a device that tells you the time and the date, and acts as a stopwatch or a clock. This device can work with your smartphone to provide certain phone functions such as message notification, making a call, or music and others. And Google makes great contribution to Internet of Things. This is a Google Glass. Google Glass will take a picture or record a video and will show you the text message as well as email you receive and allow you to reply to them by the voice. You simply need to ask Google Glass to translate a purchase or sentence from one language to another when you are traveling. So the third one is Google Nest. Google Nest is released the protect smoke detector against infusing a previous designated home application with. From the protects hands-free slicer and voice control to a smartphone notification and battery monitor. The second part is what's the cloud computing? The cloud computing refers to the use of computing resource, those being hardware or software that reside on a remote machine and are delivered to the end user as a service over network. So the first, it can decrease the cost. This is the biggest advantage of cloud computing achieved by the elimination of the investment in standalone software or servers. The clouds in general at much cheaper rate than traditional approaches and lower the IT expense. Second is the flexibility. The flexibility, the ability to quickly meet business demands were an important reason to move in cloud computer, and you can work from anywhere as long as employees have internet access. Get the latest update. Software updates and revenue are also handled by the cloud vendor and occur several times a year at no cost to the customer. According to SuccessFactors, software will never be the same again. So I'm going to talk about the disadvantages of cloud computing. Is the privacy. The privacy and security is the biggest concern when it comes to cloud computing. By leveraging a remote cloud-based infrastructure, a company essentially gives away private data and information, things that might be sensitive and confidential. The third part is what's the hardware? The hardware Hardware component. There are several hardware components is input device, output device, CPU, storage device, such like memory. The important part is CPU. It accesses the human brain. As I have mentioned, every single operation that you do with your computer is processed in CPU. The performance of your computer is based on simple mathematical operation. CPU is device and control all the operation. It's similar to a calculator, only much more powerful. The main function of the CPU is to perform logical operation on data. Memory is also an important part. The RAM is a temporary memory. The path of thinking includes volatile and non-volatile memory, or temporary and permanent. It wakes up when you turn on the computer and holds the information you are working on. What is the open source? Open source basically means that the source code is available or open for users and other programs to reuse and possibly reuse in different projects. Open source benefits customer. Open source improve the quality. Recent people can find bugs and code important, receive actionable code quality issue, and continuous measure and track your code quality. It can cut the cost to a large degree. Free software and operating system can save hundreds of dollars on just one simple home computer. It has hundreds of thousands to millions of dollars for a large organization and business. The future of open source is brilliant. When it comes to software development, it will be increasingly difficult. Open source has long since